Are we live? Hello. Um, Welcome back. This is the second part of the video. So, in the first live video I ever did, I did tic-tac-toe in WinForms, and this one, just gonna make sure the live stream's working. In this one, we're gonna do tic-tac-toe in Unity. So, let's start doing that right now. So I'm going to create a new project, and this is going to be Unity Tic-Tac-Toe, and the location is going to be here, and I'm going to make it 2D. Am I going to make it 2D? Let's make it 3D. So let's create that, and that'll take a few seconds to create. So we'll just sit back and relax. I should actually put it on there. So I've just created a 3D project. That's all. I just happened to save it down to this location here. Also, this is, while this is happening in the background, what am I doing? The source code for this is up and live. So if I go to github.com and then I go to here. Okay, so this is the tic-tac-toe WinForms thing. Live stream creating tic-tac-toe in WinForms and Unity. There you go, save. So that's really the description of this repository. So all the source code is here. So the one that I did in the live stream earlier is here, including the engine class that we're going to use for this version. So this is our engine class here, and we are going to be using the exact same one in our Unity project. I'm just going to copy it across wholesale. So we just need to wait for Unity to catch up on us. So you may be getting some buffering just now, and the reason why is because Unity is taking up quite a bit of time to figure stuff out. So I apologize if the stream is a bit choppy just now, but it should be coming up pretty soon. Just wait a second. Why did it take so long to build a project? Here we go. Okay. So start off with a familiar warning that there's a new version of the editor to start up. Okay. So in our previous version, we can actually look at the previous version. So this is kind of like our prototype. This is where we test the engine out, if you like. So rather than creating a complete Unity project, we can just create this basic one inside WinForms. It didn't take as long. It took us like an hour to whip this up earlier on. And so if I click on New Game, you can see that we can actually have a game of tic-tac-toe, and X wins. So we're going to take the logic that we've done for this, which is inside this tic-tac-toe engine, and we're going to take that out and put that inside our Unity game. So we have our Unity game here. Let me see what we got here. Stream health, poor. Okay, you might be getting buffering. It was the speed was okay earlier on. Let me just check and see what speed test says. It was fine earlier on. What are we up to just now? Okay, we're quite low. So that's the download speed. What about the upload speed? So the upload speed is the thing that's going to be the problem. So the download speed is pretty good at 76. The upload speed is about 10. That's okay. So I don't know why we're getting slow down here. Okay, well we'll battle on. Worst case scenario, I'm recording it anyway, so we have the record. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to recreate this UI here, but I'm going to do it on in space. So we have our space over here, and I'm just going to do a kind of nice jaunty angle, and it will give it a little bit more kick, more oomph, so to speak. So I need to create a few objects. I need to create some graphics for this, or do I? Maybe I don't. Actually, maybe I don't. Maybe I just need to have. I think maybe I just need to have a 2D object. No, 3D object. Text Mesh Pro. Let me import that. I need this anyway. I'm going to use text anyhow. I'm wondering if I can get away with without using it. So this is the sample bit here. Templates and extras, I don't need that. Okay, so that's what the game looks like. And then for this one, I'm going to create an empty game object, and this is going to be my grid cell. And then I'm going to add a text mesh pro text, and that is going to be, where's the text? The text is going to be X, and we're going to center it vertically, and we're also going to center it horizontally. And what else do we need? We need to make it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make that 72. That's fine. There's our game there. And actually, this is going to be not grid cell, but this is going to be our text component. So this is going to be our text object. And our text object is going to be rotated. Where are we? This way here. So that's going to be 90 on X. And we're going to drag that in a little bit like that. Let's get rid of that text there. So we're going to have our X here. And then the text is going to be 0, 0, 0. Let's make it there. And we can move the camera up a little bit, but we're gonna put this at 0, 0, 0 just now. So that is our text component. Then we have a game empty object, which is going to be our grid cell. Let's just call it cell. And that's going to be at 0, 0, 0. Okay. And then we need some kind of hitbox on top of that. So we have a mesh there. So let's have a box collider. And that's going to fit neatly over the top there. And we kind of need to know where these are going to be. So I'm going to create another create empty 2D object sprite. I don't have a sprite there though. I can just put in any old sprite here. I just want a background UI sprite. Yeah, I want a UI sprite. Okay, which is this one. And that's got to be rotated as well. So that's going to be 90 that way. And that's going to be 0, 0, 0. And then we need to scale this up because this is going to be tiny. So, whoa, why is that? Why is that over there? Why is the text? What? Well, that's not good. Why is the text away over there when it's at 0, 0? Anchors, pivots, 0.5, 0.5, height. Okay, that looks all right. Why is it not in the middle? Okay, that seems kind of strange, but okay. So a new sprite is at 0, 0, 0, and then we want to scale it. So I'm going to go and grab the scale and make it as big as I can, like so. And then the text, I'm going to change that to be black, like that. And so yeah, our game's going to be there. That's going to be black. We're going to need to fix that sprite, but that's good enough for just now. Why is that there? It's like that mesh render is in the wrong place. See, if I move that to 0, it moves away over to there. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's that there. So these are all the components of this object. And then we're going to make duplicates of each of these cells. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a prefab. So I'm going to create a folder here called prefab. And I'm going to drag that into there. And so anytime we make a change to cell, we're going to make a change globally. So if I go back to my scene, and then I make a duplicate of this. To there. And to there. And to here. There. It doesn't need to be accurate just now, but it needs to be like accurate enough that we can move on and do something else. That one there, and then that one. Oops. That one there. Okay. And for some reason, this is not right. So let me go and grab the text, and we'll just bring it up just ever so slightly. Well, that's just having a really bad day, isn't it? Oh, because it's always cutting through that. Okay. So what if I make the sprite minus 50? Will that make a difference? So maybe I can move this text down again. Yeah, there we go. All right, so the text is always going to be above it. So if I change that to 0 and then just drag it up just ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. So now if we go back to the game, all of these should be X's. Okay. So that's good so far. So now we need to fix that camera. And the way we can fix the camera is we go grab the main camera like that. And I'm going to drag it back up to this corner here. And rotate it around this way a little bit. And bring it up a little bit. And then rotate it around a bit. And we'll just kind of play with this just now to sort of get a kind of quirky angle. Okay, that looks good. So you'll be able to click on those ones and it will, kind of looks like a kind of quirky angle. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to create the UI. So again, going back to here, the UI that we're creating is we've got our new game, we've got our current player, so we need to recreate that here. So I'm going to create a new UI. I'm going to do button and go to scene. Let's scooch out just a little bit. Put this into 2D. And then drag this up to here. Like so. And then we can change the text on the button as well. So that's going to be new game. New game. And we can make it bigger as well. And UI text. And this is going to be current player. Current player. Okay. And we'll make that centered as well. Make it a little bit easier to get to there. And you can see how that's going to look. So current player is going to be on here. And then we're going to duplicate this. And this is going to be X. And we'll make that just a little bit larger. Just a scooch. And then it should look like that. Okay, so not the most attractive of, we're going for functionality here, is what I'm saying. So, okay, just check the stream, everything's hunky-dory. All right, just make sure I'm broadcasting the microphone as well, yeah, okay. All right, so now we've got all that in, we need to have a script that each one of these can do on a mouse down. So I'm going to go back to my assets folder and create a folder here for scripts. And then I'm going to create one here called cell. And then I'm going to double click this and then that'll open up our cell. Or, sorry, I'll open up the code, which is on the other monitor. Just go and get it just now. Okay. So we're not going to have any of that in here. We're just going to have void on mouse down. So anytime you click on that mouse, we're going to then send that message back up. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use an event. I'm going to do public event handler. And for that, I need system. So again, that's just control period, and then it does that. And then it's going to just have click. And then I'm going to say click invoke. That's it. Oh yeah, it needs this event args.empty. There we go. And that's it. So when you click on that, When you click on the object, then when you click on the cell, it will send an event handler up, which means we need some kind of cell controller. So I'm going to create one here, and I'm just going to call it game board. And for game board, we're going to have a reference to each one of these cells, and each one of those cells is then we're going to hook in an event handler in our game board here. So we're going to have public cell cells. Oh, sorry, we're having problems streaming here. So on awake, we're going to do for each cell in cells, and we're going to say cell.click plus equals, and then this is going to be our object event, and then we're going to pass this into our well, let's do var index equals. So what we need to do is we're doing this click event here. So when we do the click event, we want to find out what the index of the object inside our cell. So when you click on a cell, it passes in this, which is the current class. So it passes that into the invoke, which takes an object sender. So it takes a sender which is of type object, and then an event args, and we don't care about the event args, that's why we pass in empty. So when we get to this side here, we need to find out what the index is of this so that we can then tell the game engine what has actually been clicked. So we need to do index equals cells index of, actually it's array, which is inside system, index of, and then you pass in the array, which is cells, and then you can pass in O, which is the object, and that will return back the index. And then we say clicked index. So, well, yeah, we need to do control period here, and we're going to generate a method for that. And we don't need an update. All right. So when we create this, the first time we create this instance of the class, the game board class, we are going to go through each one of those cells. We're going to add a click event, and that click event is going to handle when we click stuff. So I'm just going to do print index for just now. Okay, and I'm going to go and create an empty object here, which, come on, there we go, game object, and this is going to be controllers, and I'm going to put that at 0, 0, 0. There's absolutely no reason for putting it at 0, 0, 0 other than the fact that I can see it when I go into the scene. I can go, oh yeah, that's 0, 0, 0 there. And I'm going to add our game board there. And for the cells, I'm going to lock this off. And I'm going to choose the first cell there, the last cell here, and I'm going to drag it into there. Oh, that's why, because they don't have the cell on them. So I need to go to Prefab, click on cell, and then add, oh, not here. Make sure you uncheck that, and then add cell. So that adds the script to all of them. So when I go back into here, click the controller, click the little padlock, select those guys there, they now all have cell on them, and drag them across there. So now I have all these items here. So when I run this now, go to console, and then I click on these. Now Nothing happens. Pretty sure I got that right. On mouse down. Do you need a rigid body on there? I don't think you do. Collider or gaze. On mouse down. Function is not called on objects, but take no raycast layer. Function is called on triggers. This function is called on triggers. Marked as trigger only if physics query hits triggers is true. On mouse down can be a coroutine. On mouse down is called and uses press the mouse button while over the collider. Okay. So, wait. If I have the canvas on, hold on. Let me just try something. If I take the canvas off, so if I disable the canvas, nope, still not working. Let me go to cell. Okay, let me attach to this. If it doesn't work this way, we're going to have to do it the other way, which I was like, I don't really want to do it that way, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, I should pause that there. A sec. Okay. Yeah, that's totally not happening. Are any of these things on? Cell, text. Ah, you know why? Because the box collider is on the text. Ah, that's why. Okay, so if I go to cell, add box collider, that will add that. And I need to go to text and remove the box collider from there. Remove component. Okay. And go back up to cell and then change it so that it is there, and then we'll bring it in a little bit on the Y, like that. Okay. So now console. Oh, there you go. Yep. Okay, so if I click on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5. Cool. Okay, so all of this works even at the jaunty angle that it's at. Good. Now, will it work with a canvas? This is the thing I'm kind of concerned about because the canvas covers everything, and I think it consumes the click event. I could be wrong, but there you go, I'm wrong. Well, that's good. Okay, so it's not, well, I guess it's not colliding because it doesn't have anything on top of it. That's good. Okay. Right. So now that we have that in there, we need our engine. So if we go over to here, let's just grab this whole bit of text here, just the class that we want, Tic-Tac-Toe engine. Again, you can get this from the GitHub repo. So if we go grab that there, and then we come into project, scripts, and then create, and then this is going to be Tic-Tac-Toe engine. And double click that. Come on, there we go. And then it's not a mono behavior. I don't need any of these. That's it. It's just pure C# really. I mean, there's not much to it. So we have our new game. So we need to go back to our game board. So we have our private there. We need a public void new game. We need to do exactly the same thing we did in the previous code for our new game. We also need to have, what else do we need to reference? We need to reference the current player. So this is the token indicator, and we need to know what the tokens are. So we need to have private int current cell, private string tokens equals new string x and O. And these are the values that we've got. This is pretty much what we need to do for what we did in form 1 here. So maybe we can just grab those values there. So we have a grid, which we don't need, we've already got. We have our engine, we have our current token. So let's just grab that there, and then we'll put that in here like that. Okay. So for the new game, we want to say current token equals 0, and then we need to have public text mesh is it TMP? TMP dot text mesh pro UI text. That'll be token. And then we're going to do token equals token dot text equals tokens current token. So we're updating the current token to be that, and we're displaying it. And then we want to enable all those values. So we need to somehow disable those buttons, which we'll get to. It's a little bit more complicated than on the WinForms version, but we'll get there. And then what else do we need to do for new? No, what do we do for the new one? Randomize cats game, new game, click. Okay, so we want to start a new game. Basically, we want to do this here, new game enabled equals false. Okay, so we have our button. So now we need to have a public button new game. Let's start filling in these values. Okay, so I'll go back to controllers, and we're going to drag our button onto new game. I'm going to drag, no on that one. I'm going to drag token onto our one there. So in the code, our new game, we're going to say new game dot set interactable equals false. So when you click on that, it does that. We need to do the same thing for the cell. So we're going to have inside the cell, we're going to go and grab the text from the child. So we're going to have to do private tmp dot text mesh pro text void awake text equals find component, find, as it get component in children, pro, text mesh pro, okay, and then we need to have a public void set text, oops, okay, and then when we create a new game, we're going to reset all those values. So right now all the values are set to X, so we want to not have that. So let me take that out of there just now, because let's make that lazy, because I'm worried that if we don't make it lazy, then we could end up with like a race condition where the main board is trying to set the text, and then this one isn't quite ready. So let's do if text equals null, that. So if it's null, then we set it to be that. Otherwise, we just set the text for it, and then that should be okay. And then for this one here, I want to, inside the awake one, I want to do cell.set text. I want to set it to nothing. I want to clear everything in there. So when we run the game, it just has a blank board on it. There we go. Okay, so that's good. I mean, still click on it. We don't want to click on it just now. But when we do click on new game, it should disable the new game button. So new game, click on it. Oh, we haven't wired it up, that's why. Let's wire it up. So we go to button, and then we go to on click, and then we choose the object. We can actually drag this object in here. And then we can choose game board and new game. Play the game. All right, okay. Getting there. Okay, and now what do we have? We have our engine. So when you click on something, we want to be able to be sure that you're playing. So let's have a private boolean playing. So playing is false, so I'm going to say if not playing, return. So if we're not playing, don't do anything when you click on it, because we don't want to do anything when you click on it. So a new game is then going to have to set playing equals true. Now, if you have clicked on it, we need to then update the position. So we're going to do the same thing that we did for here, which is make move, which is we're going to set the text to be that. We're then going to increment the text and do all these things. Then we're going to place it inside there, and then we're going to disable that button. Okay. So I'm going to grab all this, because this is kind of our pseudocode. And then we need to check for victory. Okay. So clicked. So this is going to be our pseudocode here. So we want to say cells index dot set text tokens current token. Okay. indexing with blah, blah, blah. Tokens. Okay, then we want to add one to the current token. We want to make sure that's in there, and then we want to set the current player, which is token, and it's text to that. Okay, so that has done that there. We then want to tell the engine that we've placed it at that index, and then we want to disable that cell. So the cell has to have some kind of enabled or disabled. So I'm going to have a public bool is enabled set equals true. So I'm going to default it to be true, and then I'm going to say if not enabled, return. So if it's not enabled, get out. And if it is enabled, then we're going to do that there. Okay. So then we're going to say grid, cells index dot enabled equals false, which is that one down there. Okay, and then we need to do check for victory. Okay, and check for victory, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think that's everything there. We also need to enable everything when we do a new game as well. So we want to set that to be false. We want to reset all the values. So we want to say for each var cell in cells, cell.set text, cell.is enabled equals true, and that will make sure that everything is set up when you click a new game. And now the only thing that's missing is the checking the victory condition. So click on there. I feel I'm missing something. Oh, new game. So click on there, X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O, X. Cool. And then it's all disabled after that. Nice. All right. And almost there. Almost there. So check for victory. So the way we do that is we do exactly the same thing as we did in the previous version of Tic-Tac-Toe. We check to see if the winner is there. So we're going to do exactly the same thing there. If winner is greater than 0, else we don't do anything. That's right. So we're going to do that there and that there. So winner is ID. So exact same thing again. So we're asking the engine to check for victory, and if the victory is -1, then it's a cat's game. No one's won. And if the winner is greater than 0, then it's whoever won that game. So now it's taking its sweet time to refresh the lights. Hello. Hello. Just working on Tic-Tac-Toe. Thanks for joining. So I did a live stream earlier on. This is the follow-up live stream. So this is the Unity version of it. Welcome aboard. So click new game, click X, O, X, O, X, and then that's as we've won the game here. So because we won the game, we need to do end of game tidy up, which is the same for each one. And I didn't do that in the previous version. So if I go back to here, I have this here, which is new game enabled is true, toggle false. So I'm going to do what I should have done here. So I'm going to say new game dot interactable equals true, and then I'm going to do for each var cell in cells, cell dot is enabled equals false. There we go. And that will disable everything, so you can't click on it when you win. Let me tidy that up though, because that's a helper function. It should go below everything else. Just for, it doesn't need to, but it tidies things up. And then the winner is, and then the cats game. So for cats game, I'm going to have cats game dot game object set active true. Now cats game, actually I can just do cats game. It's just a game object. So I'm going to have public game object cats game object. Hey, thanks, man. It's appreciated. Thanks for joining the stream as well. So I also want to have another game object that handles the victory. So I'm going to have a public victory object. Let's call it victory object. Victory. Well, let's just call it victory. And for victory, so cats game is going to do that. And then for this one, I'm going to do victory dot show, and then it's going to be tokens ID. Okay, so I don't have a victory. So I'm going to go to my Solution Explorer. I'll bring it up here. And I'm going to create a class called victory, which is add. Don't need that, don't need that. Behavior. And we'll deal with that in just a sec. But we need it, so that's why I had to. What is going on? This is Unity taking over. Okay, so we've got our victory class there, but we don't have anything public. So it's got to be public as well. Public victory there, and then inside Unity, I'm going to create another. Well, inside the canvas, I'm going to create a panel. So I'm just not doing 2D. There you go, panel, and then the panel is going to be the cats game one. So UI, and this is going to be panel, and I'm going to make it black, and it is going to be more opaque than anything else. And to the object, cats game. And drag that to there. And let's make it bold. And make it huge. Oops. Come on. Don't fail me now. There you go. That's middle enough. Okay, so that's the cat's game there. So I'm going to call this cat's game. And this is going to be inactive because I don't want to show it. But I do want to record where it is. So I have this cat's game over here. So I'm just going to drag that cat's game out to there. And then the victory. Why is victory not there? What is it complaining about? Oh, okay. Void show string token. And this is going to be public tmp text mesh pro GUI text. And then this is going to be text.text equals token. Game object. This is going to be game object dot set active true. Start coroutine, wait for it. And then this is going to be enumerator, wait for it, yield. Oh dear, that's not how you spell yield. Return new, wait for seconds. Let's wait for 3 seconds, and then we're going to close this. Game object dot set active false. Okay. So this is going to show the panel for a few seconds, and then it is going to remove it. All right, so there's victory there. So again, we need a panel. So if we go back to Unity, go back to the canvas, create another child panel. So UI panel, where are you? Panel there. And then we'll change that to black again, and we'll dial it up there, and we will add UI Text Mesh Pro. Congratulations. We'll drag that down just a little bit here. And then this is going to be what the token is. So we're going to call that token. And we'll just put an X there for just now. And we'll drag that a little bit larger. And then we'll duplicate that again. And we'll change that to you win. Okay. And then for this panel, we'll call it winner. And we will add victory to it. So we'll add victory to our panel there. And then we're going to drag out our token into there. And we are going to turn winner off because we don't want that visible either. And then I think that's everything set up. Yeah, and then we need a victory one here. So we're going to drag winner across to there. Okay. So let's see if that win condition wins. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling I missed something out again. So new game, so XOXOX. Hey, congratulations X, you win. And then after 3 seconds it exits. You click on new game, it starts again. XOXO. Something didn't work. Initialize board. Something did not work. What did not work? So Tic-Tac-Toe board, new game, new engine, new game, new game. Ah, I know why. Because I did not call engine.newGame. Haha, I did not call that. So engine new game is going to set that right. And then, is that it? I think that's everything. So we do new game, XOXOX. Congratulations, X, you win. Okay, let's create a new game, XOXOX. Congratulations, you win. Okay, let's see if O can win now. XOXOXO. Congratulations, O, you win. I think that's everything. So now I need to not win, which is tricky. Cat's game, perfect. Okay, so cat's game is going to stay up there forever and not clear. So we need the cat's game to disappear after a certain number of seconds. So for that, we're just going to have a destroy function on it. So let's create another script here, and we'll call it cat's game. It's a terribly named thing, but never mind. And then we'll call that public void show game object dot set active true. And then we'll steal it from the other one here, which is the victory. So we'll go grab that there. And we'll start the code routine there. Take that off. And then we'll call it from inside here. So I'm going to add this to the panel. So we have our winner. So we have our cat's game here. So click on cat's game, and we're going to go and add cat's game. And then inside the code for game board, I'm going to change that instead of game object to cat's game. And then for cat's game, I'm just going to change that to show. And I believe that is everything. I think I should be able to get away with that. No, I need to drag in cat's game again. Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. So we need to do a cat's game, and then we need to do victory. So let's do victory for X again. Okay, so X wins. Let's try O. There we go, O1. New game, then the cat's game. So X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O, X. Cat's game goes back. New game. Woohoo! There we go. We're done. And that was, how long were we up for? That's just over an hour. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to call that success. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this code, and it's going to be available on the Codehouse repo. So if you go to Tic-Tac-Toe live stream, there is going to be two folders there now. There's going to be Tic-Tac-Toe, and there's also going to be a Unity folder. If you just give me like an hour or so to get this up. And thank you for watching. This is the second. I've done two live streams because we're all stuck in the house. So, you know, it's nice to do, do something with our hands. And I thought, why not just make a game? So in 2 hours, I made two games. I know technically it's one game, but it's on two different platforms, frameworks, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's allowed you to sort of spend some time doing something fun, whether it's shouting at the screen and telling me I'm not doing it right. That's fine. It's okay. I understand. I'm a bit rusty with C# these days. Yeah. Uh, Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you don't like the video, thumbs down. Let me know in the notes below, in the comment section below, what you liked, what you didn't like. If you really liked it, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and share with your friends. That would be great as well. If you like this video, that would be awesome. Thank you to everyone who joined me tonight on the live stream. And if you're watching this in the recorded stream, uh, you saw exactly what we got, but it would have happened live. Anyway, thank you for the comments and everything in the live stream. Much appreciated. Some nice interaction tonight. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Now I need to turn this off. See, it's not like the other videos where I can just end and fade to black. Bye, guys.